Hey everybody, Jake here from Bearded Gear, and I've got an unboxing to share with you. I've been slacking on unboxings lately. I've usually, in the past at least few weeks, maybe a couple of months, I've just kind of been opening things up and getting to the full review when I get to it because I've had less time to film than ever. But yeah, so I've got this. I just ordered this from Knife Center. I don't order from Knife Center all that much, but every now and then they've got something particular that I want, and I don't have any issues with them. They're just not like a retailer that I'm particularly friends with like I am with some others. But I happened to see someone in a group chat that I'm in shared a post that they posted of something they had in stock. It's a Sandrin Knives. The model is called, I have the post up because I knew I would forget. It's the Monza. Apparently it's their new kind of flagship model. And if you're not familiar with Sandrin Knives, they've been kind of on my radar for a little while because they do these knives that have a tungsten carbide blade. So instead of steel, they're using tungsten carbide. I think the first time I ever saw anything about them was on Pete from Cedric and Ada's channel, where he did one of his twisted sisal rope cut tests. And it's like insane how long the edge lasts on this tungsten carbide stuff. So I've been curious about them for a while, but the knife that he did and the ones I've seen of theirs all had like weird plasticky handles, and they just weren't for me. So this one came out, and granted it was way more expensive than those other ones were, but it's titanium and it has a new lock. I forget what it's called. I don't remember what they call this lock. Maybe it'll say somewhere on the paperwork of the knife, but it's got like this spine, almost shark lock-esque mechanism from what it looks like. And I got the titanium one, which was 400 bucks. It's kind of expensive. But they also have one in zirconium for 500. So yeah, apparently there's options. Anyway, I ordered it from Knife Center because they had it and I wanted it. And so now it is here, and we're just gonna give it a shot. I'm very curious about this knife. It's from a company I've never tried, in a blade material I've never tried. There's a lot that's new about this, so I figured it was worth giving a shot to. Let's see, that's just an invoice. All right, so pretty cool box here. You've got like a window cutout on the sleeve thing. Made in Italy, it says right there. Sandrin Knives Monza titanium. So there's the kind of barcode. Go ahead and slide that out of there. It's a nice box, kind of a silky feel. Yeah, nice, right on the edges. Got what appears to be a magnet flap. Yep. Okay, cool. So much like kind of like Holt Blade Works or something, they've got an authenticity card that is like a plasticky card thing, although I don't think this is one that you scan like you do with Holt knives. To the owner of this Sandrin knife, as a second generation artisan dedicated to the craft of engineering tungsten carbide, personally thank you for selecting our knife. There's a whole thing there. So apparently this is what they do at Sandrin. They use tungsten carbide. Cool. Little microfiber cloth set on top of the knife. It's got their branding on there, if you can see that. And then in here we have the knife in a box, and it's kind of a velvety top there. Okay, so first things first, it's really thin. I like that a lot. I love thin knives in pocket. Part of the catalyst, I should say as well, for why I was willing to spend 400 bucks on this right now of all times is here in the new house. From moving, I have a million boxes that I'm constantly breaking down and shoving into the recycling bins as much as I can fit each week before trash pickup day. But also just like, I feel like somehow the volume, maybe it's because we're moving and we're ordering a lot of like extra stuff. We order packages all the time, but there's just more cardboard than ever before. And so my idea is that this will become like my designated cardboard processing knife, at least for a little while. And I'm excited to see how it does for that. We've got an interesting clip. So it's like a milled titanium, but it's loop over deep carry, and it's flush fit down into the knife. I like that a lot. Yeah, you can see the lock back here. You pull back on that, apparently. It's gonna be a little different. Let's see how it opens up. It's a great size. I like that right off the bat. The size feels good. super thin stock, which is going to be great for gliding through materials like cardboard. And then we've got what appears to be a Scandi grind. So it's flat all the way down, and then we've got, oh, it's like a Scandi grind, but it has an edge bevel on it too. So it's flat until that tiny little Scandi, and then there's an edge. Does that count as a Scandi if there's an edge bevel beyond that grind, or would that just be a super short flat grind? I don't know. But the geometry is interesting. It's different. Let's see how this works. Oh, hey, look at that. So the thumb studs work well for deployment, and then that is pretty slick, especially with a thin little blade like that. Yeah, okay. These titanium scales, I don't know if you'll see it, they do have a little bit of kind of a micro milling on it. There's a little bit of just like some lines going all over it. So they've got a little bit more grip than if they were just flat. This is an interesting knife. It is not overly heavy. There's internal milling. So there's internal milling. It's got a unique lock. It's super thin. It's got a deep carry clip. And apparently it will hold its edge longer than just about anything for cutting through things like cardboard. And it fits my hand well. It's unique. It's different. See how it middle finger flicks. Okay, it middle finger flicks. That's a plus for me as well. Yeah, this is different. This is new, at least for me. Yeah, this is kind of cool. So maybe I'll end up using it for more than just cardboard. Maybe I'll see how it functions as kind of an EDC. It's really interesting, the blade, because it's not just steel, it's tungsten carbide. I'm not a metallurgist or a material scientist, so I can't tell you what's so special about tungsten carbide. I genuinely don't know. I just know that people talk about its edge retaining abilities, and that's kind of why it's used in this application. But this is going to be weird. It's going to be different, and I'm excited. So it's here. It's out of the box. It was super simple and easy ordering from Knife Center. I'll give credit where it's due. They got it to me quickly. Didn't have any hiccups or issues. Yeah, this is cool. It fits my hand way better than I was expecting it to. These ergos are surprisingly wonderful. And it's thin, but it's not so thin that I imagine it being uncomfortable. Because if I'm processing a bunch of cardboard, this is better fit in my hand well and not have any hot spots, and it doesn't appear to. Okay. Yeah, I guess that's that for this one. So this is the Sandrin Knives Monza. It's out of the box, and yeah, I'll have a full review in due time. I'm not sure exactly how long I'll take to do it, but eventually you'll see this knife here again. And as of this moment, I think they're still in stock. I haven't like double checked this morning or anything, but I believe they're still available. That is weird, the way this lock works. It's super different. All right, thanks for checking it out, guys. We'll see you on the next one.